It's the bus stop, swerving into what's hot. Coming live, Shady Sports, yeah, we got it on live. Sports and music, yeah, let's get into it. Do it like no other, do it. Blueprint for consuming the team that's never losing. Coming live from Colorado, like shit and follow. Shady Sports, the motto, fresher than avocado. Play by play and ball for ball, we coming to you from afar. Day to day and call for call, we talk about it all.
Yeah, this the bus stop, talking sports and hip hop. Jump on the bandwagon, cause we talking what's hot. 8303, Denver, what's happening? We got sports action, come take a ride with us. If you DJ and a rapping, no capping, stay on LinkedIn, bringing sports and rap news, stats news, and talking Denver Zoo. And we ain't hard to find, we on Shady Sports Network like all the time. Gemini and Statik got the ball, it's time to grind. It's the show you won't wanna miss, not one line. And ain't there not a show bringing what we bringing. So go ahead and tune in, man, we just hanging at the bus stop.
Shady Sports, 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 Shady Sports.
Shady Sports, Shady Sports, Shady Sports, Saturday morning. So you know what that means. It's another edition of hanging out at the bus stop with myself, Gemini, and Static Live. What up, Static?
What's up? How you doing, man?
I am doing great, man. It's the new year. Happy New Year.
First show of the year.
Yes. First show of the year. We weren't the first show Saturday of the year. They did have Around the Indoor Football World going live this morning. So shout out to those guys, Sam, Krish, TJ, holding it down over there, doing as they do, man. Those guys keep growing bigger and bigger and bigger. So shout out to them for sure. But Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for rocking with us. It is the first show of the year, but it is the last weekend of the regular season for the NFL. So we got some good stuff to talk about. We'll be looking back at our picks from last week. Looking forward to tomorrow. I wanted to say today, but we'll look forward to until tomorrow, right? And preview those games. Are the last regular games of the season, getting ready for the playoffs. Yep, I said it, playoffs. We'll talk some basketball, get a little bit of basketball talk in. No Reem today, but that's okay. We'll still get some basketball talk in. We know what we know what to do. And then, you know what I'm saying, get into some New Music Friday chatter as we always does. So you guys rocking with us, you know the format, football, basketball, music. So keep it live. Let's go ahead and get this promo in, the Shady Sports promo. If you haven't already, head over to our YouTube, Shady Sports Network on YouTube. Hit that like, subscribe, and share button for us, please. And also head over to our X page at Shady Sports Net and at 303 Bandwagon. We're doing a little promo, giving away a Fantasy Reports hat. So get over there, retweet, comment, share, tag, whatever you do over there on X. And let's keep this thing rolling, guys. Hit you with the promo, come back, and we'll talk some NFL.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there seeing LA like, oh, okay, then LA Knight hopped out the car, let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel.
Yes, sir. We got something for everybody, man. Wrestling, football, basketball. I mean, I think we talk hockey somewhere. We got all types of live sports, whatever it may be. Head over to Shady Sports Network. I'm sure you'll find something that you'll like. Yo, how was your New Year's, man?
It was good, man. It was very, very conservative. Stayed inside, stayed at home with the kiddo. He didn't make it past 10:45 though, but got to see the ball drop, and it was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah, I don't think I made it past 9. Well, my wife woke me up right before the ball dropped, so it was good. I got to
That's nice.
count
That's
down.
nice.
I think. I don't know. I was pretty tired. I was pretty out of it. But
Count
I tried
it.
to make it. I tried to make it next year. Maybe I'll make it the whole year. Yo, so we got our picks from last week, and then we roll into our last regular season picks of the year. So we'll start off Texans Chargers. We all picked the Texans. I think it was a smart pick right there. I should have put some money down on that right there.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And they only pulled it out by 4, but I mean, it is what it is, and we get that W on that pick itself. Interesting thing with the Chargers going into next week is they're benching a lot of their starters.
Yeah, so pretty much the Broncos win and got that first round bye. So we just gotta put our head down and not fumble like we almost did against the Chiefs last week.
Yeah, as long as we keep it together, we get a nice little break in between.
Right. Speaking of trying to get a nice little break, so we had the Ravens at the Packers, which it was an NFC AFC matchup, but it had a lot of implications. Man, Derrick Henry went off for over 200 yards.
Yeah.
Ran like a man with his hair on fire. But the Ravens pulled that one out. So
pulled out the Henry jersey just for that.
Huh?
Pulled out the Henry jersey just for that.
The King Henry jersey just for that, right? Shout out King Henry, 4 touchdowns, man. 36 carries. They were determined, man. That was wild. Hopefully,
when you can put
the playoffs.
Right, and when you can put the whole game on the running backs back, man, that's huge.
Yep. And then tomorrow they play Pittsburgh for the division, so that's gonna be a really good game, man. It's gonna be pretty exciting looking back at it now, right? Like you look how it was like a couple weeks ago. It was like, oh, Pittsburgh ran away with the division. All of a sudden they lose to the Browns. Ravens went out, and it's wild.
It'd be a wild chain of events, really, honestly, for the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. Especially after them starting 0-5.
Yeah, and not having Lamar for the first, essentially half of the season.
Yeah. So I picked the Packers. You guys picked the Ravens. So you guys are 2-1. I'm 1-1. Or you guys are 2-0. I'm 1-1. Can't count.
Yeah.
Buccaneers and the Dolphins. So you guys picked Tampa Bay. I picked the Dolphins with the upset at home. And what happened?
17-20.
Yes. When time is clutch, Baker Mayfield is nowhere to be found. He had 346 yards, 2 touchdowns, but a lot of that game, man, they were playing from behind.
That's been their trend this year. It seems like they just like to play from behind and barely come up short. It's like kind of similar to Broncos season last year, really, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's weird. It is kind of true. Like they're just kind of just coming up short. But the only difference is we had a rookie quarterback, right? They have a 9-year vet. How long has Baker Mayfield been in the league?
They really have a lot less excuses. They have Godwin back. They have Mike Evans out there.
Mm-hmm. They have Ibuka back out there. They have everyone out there.
Yeah.
So
they got Bucky Irving.
Bucky Irving was back.
Yeah.
True. So yeah, you're right. I mean, we'll see what happens. They play the Panthers tomorrow for the division. So we'll see. I mean, it's the NFC South. So anything is possible. They have no worries sending a team with a losing record to the playoffs as a division winner.
Right.
So yeah, that puts us even, right? You guys are 2-1. I'm 2-1, tied up. Jaguars at the Colts. All of us picked the Jags. won that, right?
Yeah, that was a given. You know, it was crazy and cool to see Philip Rivers out there, and you know he announced his retirement, so maybe potentially that's the last time. Or well, this he still plays this week though too, right?
Phil Rivers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would imagine he's got one more game in him because yeah they played the Texans,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah. But he even before that last game, he's already announced this is going to be another retirement for him. He's
Exactly.
retiring
And
after
that's
this
why they brought
game.
him in. They're like, we don't want to deal with no more competitions. We already got to worry about Anthony Richardson and Danny Dimes competition when both of them are healthy or in the offseason. So no point bringing in another quarterback. And then they have who? Who is this? Who is Riley Leonard? Is he another quarterback? Oh, no. It's the Jaguars quarterback. The Jaguars put their backup quarterback in this game?
Who, Riley Leonard?
Yeah.
The Colts.
Colts?
Yeah, he's with the Colts.
I don't know rosters. So I got you. Help me out here, man.
Yeah, no, Riley Leonard. He's
So they have to worry about him as well too in the offseason. Then that's another head they have to worry about. So it's probably for the best that they didn't bring in, you know, Cam Newton or one of those other guys that are like, you should have called me.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense in the long run. They're like, we're not looking for long term. We're just looking for a few games.
Right, exactly. Not looking for a long time, just a good time. Like Drake said. So we're all 3-1. Saints at the Titans. I picked the Saints. For some reason, you guys are like all on the Titans train.
For once this season.
Right.
This season.
Tyler Shue, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns.
The Titans made it a game, though. They didn't get blown out or anything like that. It was a commendable loss.
Yeah, no, I thought they were going to win for most of it. Then that defense started coming alive.
Yeah, which, I mean, as long as the Saints, secure a couple key pieces in the offseason, they have a chance to do something good.
Yeah, you think so? They can
I
build.
think so.
I think they can build off of that for sure. And I mean, look at their division. Look what Carolina. Look what Carolina did. They went from bottom of the division, now playing for division lead.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys 3-2. I'm 4-1. Seahawks at the Panthers. You guys picked the Seahawks. I picked the Panthers. Can't gloat for too long. We're all 4-2.
Yeah, that was a blowout game for sure. Panthers really never really got it started. They had 10 points put up, which, it's better than a complete shutout, but, they just never picked anything up. They never got anything going.
That's true. Cardinals at the Bengals. We picked the Bengals. You picked the Cardinals for some reason.
It was one of those random picks for me where I was like, let's keep it fun and interesting. Let's go to Cardinals for a shocking win.
Oh, then the Bengals blow them out.
The Bengals blew them out.
Yeah. Chase Brown had 101 yards, 2 tutties. Patriots at the Jets. We all picked the Patriots.
Patriots at the Jets. Yeah, and it was 42-10. So I mean, that was a common sense pick for sure, honestly.
Giants at the Raiders.
I picked the Raiders.
You picked the Raiders. We picked the Giants.
Yep.
Who won that game? I didn't even watch that
the
game.
Giants. The Giants by 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
Jackson Dart had almost 50 rushing yards. Dang, 7-2. You're 5-4, buddy.
Yep. It wasn't a good week for me.
Can't go with those chaos picks. You got to know when to pick the chaos picks. No, I'm just joking.
It's true, 100%. This one I thought I had in the bag.
You guys picked the Bills. I picked the Eagles.
I think you both picked the Eagles, and I picked the Bills.
No, I think Reem picked the Bills too. I got the Bills up here for him. Got it written down. What do you have written down?
Eagles for both of you and Bills for me.
Oh, I got the Bills for both of you and Eagles for me. Oh well, he's not here to defend it. Either way, he lost.
Yeah, no, and I mean, they had plenty of opportunities, meaning the Bills, to secure that win, and they just couldn't come up with it at the end. Honestly, it was pretty annoying to see. Honestly, firsthand, I watched this game, and they had plenty of opportunity to come out ahead of the Eagles and take this victory, and they just choked.
Yeah.
It wasn't really the Eagles' defense. It wasn't the Eagles' offense. The Bills threw themselves away in this game.
Yeah. I was on this week. I'm at 8-2 so far. Smashing it. Bears at the 49ers. We all picked the Bears.
Yep.
Niners won. Dang, I was talking too soon. That's crazy.
I'm dead even, 5-5.
Are you 5-5? I have 5-6. All right. Rams at the Falcons.
Yeah, no, 5-6. I'm losing this week.
You picked the Rams as well. I picked the Falcons. So there you go. You got that one. Wait, no.
No, I didn't get that one. 5-7. Falcons won 27-24.
Bijan Robinson was at 200 yards too. He was like, I see you, King Henry. Let me show you what I do down here in the A-Town. Oh,
yeah.
Lord. Dang, y'all. 9-3, right?
Yep. 5-7 for me.
5-7.
Yeah.
I think I stopped keeping track or something after that, I guess.
That was a real rough
prediction. That was it. For me. That was it.
That was a Stephen A. Smith prediction week for me.
Hey, you got that Ravens win. That was a good pick.
Yeah.
That was a good pick, actually. Well, that's it for week 8. That was actually all the games in week 18. Or week 17. Week 17. Any games surprised you last week? Any games that you're like, man?
I think the only surprise came with the Bills and Eagles game. It wasn't really as epic as I thought it would be. It wasn't as built up as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a real back and forth game.
Well, where's that? I wish we could play that back right now. I said, watch, it's going to be like Phil 3-7 or something like that. And literally, it was not a barn burner. But what did I say the game of the week was going to be? I forget anyway.
Saints Titans.
The Saints Titans. What was the score? 34-26. Gosh. I'm telling you guys, nobody want to listen to me, man. Nobody want to listen to me. Dang. Oh, we got games today as well.
We have games today. We got 2 games today, starting at 2:30. Yeah, we got an afternoon game and an evening game.
Okay.
Yeah, first up, we got Panthers versus Buccaneers today at 2:30.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go Panthers. They already beat them 2 weeks ago. And the Buccaneers just lost again.
I'll go Buccaneers, keep it interesting.
Let's see.
I feel like Buccaneers. It's in Tampa Bay. I feel like it'll be a pretty decent game, honestly, back and forth. But I think, the Buccaneers pull it out at the end. I think it'll be a close one. I don't think it's going to be a blowout on either side. If there is a blowout, I do believe that it would be on the Panther side, and the Bucs would just completely get demolished. But I feel like as long as the Bucs show up, come correct, that they can hold their own. It being the last regular season of the game, them already being, I think, they're essentially already eliminated from the playoff contention, aren't they?
No, Bucs. So it's weird. Who are you talking about?
The Bucks.
No, not necessarily. So if they win or tie, then they win the division. If they
Okay,
lose, then they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, they're in the hunt with the Panthers.
Yeah. So if they win, they're in. But if they lose, gotta go home. Gotta go home.
And the Packers are right on the cusp of losing their spot to either one of these teams. So the Packers really have to show out this week and secure their 7th seed position.
Oh, wow. Seahawks at the 49ers. Oh, man. And it's in San Francisco. I'm going to go 49ers. I have to.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go 49ers on that one, too.
Oh. It has to be at home. They're coming off a big win last week. They've been rolling the past couple weeks, actually.
I guess like the real big question is: are the Seahawks are they secured in their number 1 spot? I don't think they have a clinched number 1 seed. Or yeah, they do. So they could be benching their starters.
Oh. Dang, I
And
thought San Francisco was still in the hunt.
Nah, well, potentially, I guess, statistically, that could be true because they're 12-4, and the Seahawks are 13-3, which make them dead even at 13-4. But maybe, with that being said, Seahawks have the tiebreaker. So I guess it depends on who has the tiebreaker.
Oh, hold on. Let's see what this says. Actually, let's see if I can pull this up. See if I can pull up this playoff bracket or playoff.
Yeah, and I have mine up, but it doesn't say anything about it, honestly.
Tracking the playoff picture. All right, there we go.
Really, all it shows is probabilities for in the hunt and on the bubbles.
Yeah. So let's see. Seahawks, 49ers. So they have 49.1% chance to win the division. 49ers, so the Seahawks have 50%. So basically they got to win.
Seahawks have to win to get the number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's gonna flip my pick then. I think the Seahawks are gonna take this game.
There we go. This is what we need to see.
Yeah, that flips my pick.
49ers can clinch the NFC West number 1 seed and home field advantage in the NFC with the win. Seattle can win the West, the number 1 seed, and home field advantage in the NFC with a win or a tie.
Ooh, or a tie.
Win or a tie. Same thing with Carolina. Well, Carolina needs, a win or a tie, or Atlanta to beat New Orleans. So they could lose, and if Atlanta beats New Orleans, they still win the division.
Okay.
So weird. The Bucks got to win and have Atlanta lose. So it's wrong. So Atlanta has to lose to New Orleans, and the Bucks got to win the division and make the playoffs.
Which I think Atlanta has it in them to win. So it's interesting, honestly, to see how everything plays out starting today.
Starting today in a couple hours. Yeah. Yeah, so.
And then going into tomorrow, our first morning game will be the Colts and the Texans.
Colts and the Texans.
I got the Texans taking this game.
You got the Texans. Isn't this for the division?
Yeah.
Right? Because I think
And the Texans, man, with their slow start coming up 11-5, that's huge. I mean, they could potentially be 12-5 when nobody really even seen them hitting the playoffs.
the Texans. Oh, they're not even on here. They're fifth. They can't. I don't even think they can win the division. They just gotta win.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
and I think
the Texans can clinch the AFC South with a win and a Jacksonville loss. Dang, everything's so tight. So, and then the Colts are completely out of it, right? Yeah.
they're eliminated.
Oilers.
Yeah. And Jacksonville, they play Tennessee. I could see them, dominating Tennessee, but I could also Tennessee being one of those nothing to lose teams that just wings it out there and pulls it out somehow.
So who'd you
Chances
pick?
are
The
low.
Texans?
Yeah, Texans.
Let's see. I think you're right. I think you might be right.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers has been doing Phillip Rivers stings and looking good out there, but Texans have just been dominant in this second half of the season. I think they're gonna make him happy that he's wearing a bigger rib protector this year. And then we got the Browns and the Bengals.
The Browns at the Bengals. You're talking about the Browns that have been rolling lately. Just came off being the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those Browns.
Those Browns.
Yeah, I'm picking those Browns.
I went against the Bengals last week, and lost. So I'm going Bengals this week.
Browns at Bengals.
As much as I want to, as much as I want to see Shador go out on a high note, I think he still will, even with a loss. They're going to see a lot of his best in this game, and he's going to do great. He's going to have a pick, but he's going to really shine in this game where he really secures his position for next year as the starting Browns quarterback if he doesn't get moved out. I see another team seeing the same thing and saying we need a quarterback too. So
I don't know. I think they might ship out Dylan Gabriel first now.
I don't know if he makes it. I don't know if he makes the 52-man roster, and they just cut him.
All right, what's the next one? I'm just gonna leave it alone.
We got Saints and Falcons.
We get they show up. All those. When we say Saints at the Falcons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say for all those Cam Ward and Dylan Gabriel fanboys show
up. And I'm taking the Falcons in this game. I think the Falcons got it in them to kill the momentum that.
Riding that bandwagon.
I think Bijan has another blow-up game. I think Bijan really holds this down.
Keep it interesting.
I think it's gotta be a close one. I think they're gonna go one for another on touchdowns and field goals and punts, and it's just gonna be like an evenly matched game. But I think the X factor here is gonna be Bijan.
Yeah, just sucks. Even with the tie on the other game, they still can't make it into playoffs with the same record.
Yeah,
weird.
Yeah, it's weird how all these small little details and statistics come into play, and tiebreakers and advantages. They just come into play with these kind of matchups.
Yeah, but Atlanta wants to play spoiler to Tampa Bay. They're like, if we can't make it, you can't make it either. I think they hate Tampa Bay more than they hate Carolina.
Exactly. And then moving on, we got the Packers and the Vikings.
Ooh.
In the
Game
words
was
of
a
our
lot different lately.
yeah.
I think
And in the words of our colleague that is not here today, he would say Pack is back, but I'm going Vikings.
Dang, Vikings playing spoiler, keep Green Bay out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bump Tampa Bay back into the playoffs. Maybe Atlanta sneak in.
Somehow, some way. I see the Vikings showing out.
Dang. I'm gonna go Vikings as well. JJ McCarthy proving the doubters wrong.
Yeah, it's going to be JJ on JJ link up just because we haven't seen Justin Jefferson Jetta's hit his stride at all this season. He's due for it. He's due for it, and I'm here for it.
Period. Let's go. Some good JJ Juju.
I like that. Some JJ Juju.
JJ Juju. What's
Yep.
the next one?
We got Titans and Jaguars.
Titans at the Jags. I'm going Jaguars.
It's in Jacksonville.
Yeah, even if it was on the moon, it would still be Jacksonville.
I'm going to keep it interesting still. I'll go Titans as a spoiler.
Oh, man.
Cam Ward shows up.
Jaguars trying to get that number one spot, man. They got something to play for today.
They do. And the Titans have something to play for, too. And, shushing the doubters.
What doubters? No one's doubting them. It's like
Me.
that scene from... let me see if I can find it. From the Dewey Cox story. You just know that you're going to fail. See if I can find it.
I think
I found it.
They got they have a lot of making up to do. They got the number 4 overall pick for draft next year. Hopefully they really do something beneficial with it. That's one thing that Titans disappoint me year after year with, is just throwing away their top picks. Cam Ward was a decent one, but I felt like we could have gotten more out of that number 1 pick.
This is how I feel about the Titans today. There we go. Did you hear it?
I didn't even hear it.
I was like, it's so quiet. Why is it so quiet?
It's still so quiet.
Oh, man. Oh, well. She just said, I do believe in you. I just know you're going to fail.
Yep.
Yeah.
That has been the Titans season, honestly. And next year will be their last year in Nissan Stadium, the original one. I plan on going to a couple games next year in Nashville just to get the last couple of hurrahs in for that stadium until they move into what everyone's calling their Top Golf Stadium, which is just going to be the Nissan Stadium as well, but it's right next to it. Everyone makes fun of how it looks. They say it looks like a Top Golf. I happen to think it looks pretty dope.
Okay. Well, look forward to seeing video of that. We'll have to compile a compilation from this past year. I know I got some videos from some concerts and stuff, and then a few sporting events that you put together. We'll put some compilations out there to put in history, I guess, put in the archives.
Right. And then moving on, we have The last morning game at 11 a.m. is going to be Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants. I'm taking the Cowboys on this one.
I'm taking the Giants.
It's in New York. Well, MetLife. It's in New Jersey of New York.
And you're taking the Cowboys. Cool. Yeah, it's going to be a very uneventful game. This will not be the game of the week.
Yeah. No, there's not going to be any surprises here. It's either going to be Giants win it or Cowboys win it. Out of all of these games, what do we want to do a score prediction on for morning games?
Let's do Titans Jaguars.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say Jaguars 44, Titans 13.
Ooh, I don't know why, but that number hit me too. I'm going to go Titans 24 to Jags 17.
Dang. Seahawks 49ers could be high scoring.
I can't see that be a high scoring game, just going back and forth, back and forth.
Same thing with the Panthers and Buccaneers. But Browns Bengals will be the game of the morning. Calling it. Write it down. Game of the morning.
I would say, I'm going to say the Saints Falcons is going to be the game of the morning.
Dang, Saints Falcons. What's the score?
I went with the Falcons. I'm going to say that that game is going to be a back and forth. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it's just going to be exciting because there's going to be some pick sixes. There's going to be some fumble recoveries. Maybe even some block kicks and returns. You know, it's just going to be that package deal of just the things you don't typically see in a game. With that being said, I see the Falcons winning this one out 34 to Saints 27.
Dang, high scoring game. All right.
There's just a lot of excitement back and forth. There's potentially some pick sixes happening. There's some fumble recoveries for touchdowns. I could even see that being Bijan Robinson, you know, losing the ball and Saints bringing it back, recovering it for a potential comeback and coming up short at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And if that happens, then I win the entire week.
Nice. All right, let's move on to the afternoon games.
Afternoon games. To kick off the afternoon games, we start with the Rams versus Cardinals.
Rams. Well, the Rams know they got to win. Right? Are they in the playoffs, out of the playoffs?
They're in it. I don't know
Are they in like
what they're looking at. They're 6th seed.
Oof.
But they're looking to enter as the 3rd place out of the NFC West.
If they lose,
then I think they'll drop them to 7th seed. And oh no, I wouldn't even drop them to 7th seed because if Pack loses and somehow Bucks make it in with a Panthers loss, then I think the Rams would stay at the 6th seed and Bucks would take the 7th seed.
Well, yeah, I think they're just in anyway because the only other team that's not eliminated is Tampa Bay.
Yeah, the only thing that makes them at risk. Yeah, the only thing that makes them at risk is the fact that Yeah, that they're the NFC West. That's their only con that they have really going for them is that the NFC West has been pretty solid this year.
Yeah, they can't win the NFC West,
No,
but
there's
they're
no
still in the
hopes of that.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still in the playoffs though. So yeah, I got Cardinals.
Okay.
Even
You see
though
them
Sean
just
McVay said he was playing all the starters that were
yeah,
healthy.
and that being said, I see the Rams taking it and him pulling the starters in the second half because they have a comfortable lead.
Oh wow. Bold hot take. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I think that they're going to get a very comfortable lead in the first half, and it'll be like 17-3 or something wild like that. And they'll come out in the second half with their backups and second stringers in there, prepped and ready to put the starters back out there again. But I don't think there will be a need for it.
We'll see.
And moving into the next game, we got the Chiefs and the Raiders.
Is it in Vegas?
It is in Vegas.
Nice. I'm gonna go Raiders.
I think, oh man,
Screw the Chiefs. Just knock them down the hole deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper.
but I'm gonna take the Chiefs on this one because I think the Raiders know if they lose or if they win, it's gonna throw off the draft pick order for them. They're really aiming for that one of the top spots there.
They're like,
Do I want?
get that top pick?
Yeah. Do I want the Chiefs to win? No, but I don't think the Raiders are gonna let them lose.
Dang. Okay. I don't know why that's not a morning game, but cool. I don't know why it's not a today game or why did they even play this game? They should just have them flip heads or tails for it.
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree. Like, just do the coin toss. Yes.
Who's your team, Amy? Who is your team? I'd love to hear that. Oh, what's the next game?
Next game we got coming up is going to be the Commanders and Eagles, which I think will be the potential game of the week.
Oh, man.
And I say that with the Commanders taking this game.
Oh, what's the score? I got Eagles 20-17.
I got Commanders 23-13.
Dang. What does that do to the Eagles if they lose? Nothing. Well,
Nothing detrimental.
Oh, no, they can't lose their division.
No, it's nothing detrimental.
Dang, so they might lose. Gosh. It's supposed to be a week that made people play harder.
Yeah, but also makes a lot of them just play soft and play safe and conservative like the Chargers are,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my take. I think Commanders pull this one out. I think they come in strong and heavy. They're coming in with really not a whole lot to lose. They're just really in that recovery mode of making sure that they end strong. It's one of those finish strong type of teams. Where Mariota is I'm pretty sure he's in. He's not injured, is he?
He was last week. I guess I can just look it up for the Commanders. Injuries.
That puts Sam Hartman as their starting quarterback if Mariota's out.
Yeah, Mariota's out.
So Sam Hartman would be starting.
Not Josh Johnson. Is he out too?
I don't. They
so
have
Josh Johnson's gonna start.
Oh, okay. With John Johnson starting, I think that's going to be better than Sam Hartman, honestly.
He did pretty decent last week. It was pretty crappy, actually. It wasn't like anything serviceable, but so they're going to roll him out.
Yeah, and I feel like this is going to come down to Krosky Merritt really taking over this game. He's been on a roll under the running back position for the Commanders. He's really been showing out. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him. He has potential to really put his name out there. I think he kind of takes this game over with his running game.
Is he playing? Yeah, he's playing. I feel like they just had most of their team hurt the majority of the season.
Yeah, which is fair. They've gotten riddled by injury, and that's kind of what took them out of their position and where they were looked at just a year ago. Just a year ago, they were dominant, and everyone was fearful of the Commanders and what Jaden Daniels was doing. And now he's really kind of on the comeback with everything, trying to recover from injury after injury. It really looked like a Robert Griffin III kind of situation where the Commanders just going to ruin his career by pushing it and assuming that they can keep doing this to him and he's going to be all right with it and that he'll recover fine. But how that went with Robert Griffin, RG3. And now, speaking about that draft class, I mean, Bo Nix is one win away from tying Russell Wilson's record as the most wins in his first 2 seasons at quarterback, starting quarterback.
And he's like 210 yards away from being the first 4,000-yard passer since Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
for the Broncos.
There's a lot on the line with this game, honestly. Where I think Bo Nix is that dude that wants to play. He doesn't want to be one of those dudes that takes a rest because they're playoff bound, this and that. Like he has something to prove, something to show. He has a chip on his shoulder that I think. He has the same chip on his shoulder that Shedeur Sanders has from his draft class, where everyone doubted him, and he's trying to be as humble and subtle about proving everyone wrong.
Yeah, which is not something you should be worried about anyway.
Right. Yeah, no, he's proven himself, but that's just the thing. I don't know if it's just Broncos hate or if it's Bo Nix hate. But there are so many people that still talk down on Bo Nix as experienced quarterback. I mean, I just saw an article this morning about how they're talking about his statistics and everything like that. And then people in the comments are like, yeah, but he's 25, 26, this and that. And it's just like, how do you get on Bo Nix or the Broncos for playing as long as he did in college football and gaining that much experience and being so well-rounded and ready for the pro level? Can you blame him? Can you blame him? Can you blame the Broncos for that?
Screw those people.
Yeah,
just watch them win. We winning. I'm good.
Yeah, and I would go for the 24, 25-year-old quarterback that has plenty of college ball experience over the 20-year-old anyway. I mean, that's just a common knowledge deal right there. He's more matured. He's more understood in his development. I mean, it's just a common sense kind of call.
He already knows most of the reads, and by the time he comes in, most of the people that have been in for a couple of years, he's seen them, right? He already developed against those players as well too. I think I don't know. I think we've seen the maturity and the growth a lot quicker in Bo Nix due to that experience, maybe even. And he's not even that old. He's younger than Jaden Daniels. So for the age issues, I don't know what people are having or what they're saying. He just happened to transfer to multiple schools, and play. But it wasn't like he went from the SEC to the AWAC or some weird conference or something. He went to the Pac-12 with Oregon, and he still dominated in another, giant conference as well too. So I think he showed that he could do it, both types of environments, both types of cultures, and he's been showing with his growth at the Broncos, that he can handle what comes his way, whatever, as long as him and Sean Payton remain on the same page, man. It's cool to see what the Broncos can do. I think the sky's the limit. I don't think he's necessarily Tom Brady, maybe, or even prime Aaron Rodgers, but I do think he has potential to to click and make some noise.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Packers versus Bears round 3. Bears ain't winning another game.
Right. Hey, the Bears won that. They're winning that division, right? I think it comes down to these games this weekend as well, too. So, I mean,
yeah, Bears look number 2.
Yeah, I think they got that division locked down with that loss last week for Green Bay. With Green Bay losing to the Ravens, the Bears locked up the division. So, I mean, they at least get one home game. Sometimes that might be all you need.
Might be, who knows, the last one in Chicago. Well, no, it takes a couple years to build a stadium, but I know that's been the big controversy with the Bears is getting a new stadium. Is it going to be even in Chicago? But I mean, I like the stadium overall. I know that there's always been controversies about the renovations that they did, I think in 2013 or whenever that was, whenever they dropped the spaceship in the Coliseum, from what a lot of people say.
What is Caleb Williams like? I think I saw something that said he's like 270 yards from like throwing for 4,000 yards. And he'd be the first Bears quarterback ever in the franchise history to throw for 4,000 yards, which is wild with all the Caleb Williams hate, man. I don't know. It's always next year. Dang.
That's Cowboys. Cowboys are always next year.
Always. That's Alliance now. That's their motto.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my saying for the Cowboys is always going to be their logo is a rating, not a logo. 1-star rating.
1 star. Any more games?
Yeah, moving on. We have the Dolphins and the Patriots. 225 game.
The Patriots. I got the Patriots.
I put them at finishing 14-3. If they do pull that off. Yeah.
Where do we put the Broncos at?
I had them at 12-5.
I think we both had them at 12-5.
Yeah, but I had them taking losses to the Eagles and the Bengals, which I think they did lose to the Bengals, didn't they? That was one of their earlier season losses.
No, they lost to the Colts. Did they lose to the Bengals?
I can't recall. That was but I know I had them chalked down for 2 more losses, so they have exceeded my expectations by far already.
Yeah. So they're already past that. Can't beat that with the bet.
Yeah, no. So it's a real interesting game because the Dolphins have been spoilers, 100%, like pretty much seed killers lately. And it's in New England. I'm still going to have to go with the Pats too, honestly. I want to see the Dolphins pull this one off and spoil it for the Patriots. It's nothing to spoil, really, but at the same time, it would just kind of be that kicker before the playoffs to take a loss going into it. But I think the Pats pulled this one off.
The Broncos lost to the Colts and the Chargers. They beat the Bengals 30-28.
Yeah.
So you got the Pats winning this one?
I got the Pats winning this one as well.
All right.
And then we got Chicago Bears and Detroit Lions.
The Bears. Dang, Lions can play spoiler.
The Lions and Tigers and Bears.
Oh, wait, doesn't matter. So the Bears probably going to rest everybody, right?
Yeah, I imagine so. So I can see the Lions taking this one.
They got to. Lions are freaking knee biters, man. they're gonna come out and play like this game is their Super Bowl, and then when they win, Dan Quinn or whoever coaches, whatever his name is, gonna come out and cry again on camera and say they gave it their all. I'm gonna go Lions.
Yeah, I got Lions as well. And then our game of the week is not going to be anything epic for anybody else, seeing as the Chargers are sitting all of their starters, but we got the Broncos and Chargers in Denver.
Hey.
So we could do score predictions on this one. I know we both got the Broncos.
Yeah, they got to win this one, man. I got the Broncos blowing out the Chargers 65. No, I'm just joking. Well, the Chargers said they were sitting all their starters, man, trying to make the playoffs. I got the Broncos winning 40, 42, 44 to 13.
Okay. And in true fashion of me, claiming this all season about how the Broncos match energies, I can see the Broncos playing down to the second string Chargers, and I can see this game being closer than we want it to be, but still a victory at 27 Broncos to 21 Chargers.
Right, it'd be like a 2-point game.
Yeah, they always play down.
Well, they better not, because they don't want to see these guys again in the playoffs.
But I do see Bo Nix, getting that 24th win, matching Russell Wilson's record of 24 wins in 2 seasons as the starting quarterback, first 2 years in the NFL. And I see him hitting that 4,000 mark. Both of those are going to be notched off.
Let's go. Let's bow. Let's bow. Let's bow. Let's bow. Let's bow. Let's bow. Finally, a Cardinal. I don't think we've had a Cardinal fan in here. That's what's up. That's what's up. MHJ had a down year. They're going to get rid of Kyler Murray.
They're missing Larry Fitzgerald, I'm sure, at this point in time.
They need a new quarterback.
They need a lot of key pieces. They need a new defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
They need a lot of stuff.
But Trey McBride's a beast.
Yeah. They do have some. Yeah, they got some players that can ball out, and they have potential. It's not like a team that can be completely counted out as like a team that's just going to be gone for the next decade. Like now, I could see them adding a couple key pieces and making a run, within the next five years.
Mm-hmm. All right, any other games?
Yes, sir. We got the last afternoon game in the Jets and the Bills, which I'm gonna just go with the Bills right off the bat.
At the Bills, this one's gonna be suspenseful.
I can see the Bills pretty much not even using any of their starters, still beating the Jets.
I mean, the Bills kind of suck sometimes too. All right, I'm gonna go Bills.
Yeah, they suck. They can suck at times, but they can never like Jets suck. That's like a new low. The Jets are the team that I think are going to be bad for the next 10 years because they're just cursed. There's nothing that these guys can do other than sell the team, change the name, get their own stadium, move to a different state to really break whatever issues they got going on and the curse that they have on them.
Hey, Clad is back. Where's Reem? Reem traveling for the holidays. He'll be back next Saturday.
As always, we may miss a week, but we always come back. So we miss him.
Always right on time.
Everybody's lying.
Everybody's lying. They're going ham over there. Cardinals going to get Ty Simpson. Guess who's Bazak? Hit the like button. All right, what are the games we got, man? We know the Broncos, the Bills going to dominate.
Yep. The last game of the week and our evening grand finale of the regular season will be the Ravens and Steelers. And that'll commence the regular season for 2025-2026 season.
And for the division.
And for the division, it's a good game. It's a good matchup to go out on in with the league, and I think it has a lot of potential to be a really good game overall. Just because there's so many deciding factors that go into it.
Who you got? What's your score prediction?
I'm gonna go Ravens, and I believe the score is going to be 41-33.
41-33-ish.
Which would match their score from last week. I think they're gonna repeat from last week and get 41 2 weeks in a row.
Oh man. I'm gonna go Ravens. 17-13.
Ooh.
They ain't doing nothing.
Battle of the defenses.
Yeah. Battle of those defenses, man.
The Steelers scoring a special teams touchdown and a couple field goals.
Keeping it low. Keeping it low. I don't think they'll do much, actually. We'll see.
And then for the first time in our season of our predictions of the bus stop, you look into the next week and see 0 teams playing, everything blank because it becomes the wild card round.
Woo! Wait, the
We've
wild
done
card
it.
games are next week, though, right?
Yeah. Yep. It'd be January 10th and 11th. And then we have we continue Monday Night Football in the wild card round. We don't have a Monday night game this week. Thursday night games and Monday night games are done for the regular season, but we continue into Monday Night Football in the first week of the wild card round, and that'll be on January 12th at 6:15.
Yeah. Lego.
I like these Saturday games though. I'm telling you, I love weekend football when it's all weekend. It's something that they really need to. I think that they need to jump into doing more often. Do a Thursday night game, a couple Saturday games like they've been doing, and then Sunday night and Monday. I want it week round. I love having Saturday, Sunday, Monday football.
Yeah, but we still got some college football though on Saturdays.
True. I'm just not. It's hard for me to get into them. Honestly, it's hard for me to follow. It's hard for me to get into them.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many more teams that it's just so much harder to follow.
Mm-hmm. A lot more teams in college football. It's so confusing. I think that about wraps it up for our picks for the week. Alabama just got beat down by Indiana.
They
I
did.
wouldn't admit that in public. I'm a Gator fan, so I can say that. I wouldn't admit that either.
How you feel about them Hurricanes right now? I know you're not. I know you're a Gator fan, but them Hurricanes.
Man, something. They paid somebody off. They got freaking what's his name? Michael Irvin just putting all his yayo energy into the team, keeping them pumped up.
Definitely.
All right. So that's the picks for the NFL Week 18. Like you said, last week of the regular season. Next week we come on, we'll be talking playoffs. Talking playoffs, guys. I hope you're ready.
We're talking about playoffs. We ain't talking about practice. We're talking about playoffs.
Practice? We talking about practice? What are you talking about practice? Anyway, keep it moving. Who's making the championship? Alabama ain't making the championship. They didn't even make it out their round. Oh, Indiana's making the championship. I think that's what you're saying. Kobe, what's up, man? Or is that more like, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah. All right. Let's take a little break real quick. Come back, talk a little bit NBA. You know how much we'll talk. Talk a little bit. You guys want to talk some NBA? let us know. Who's your basketball team? Let's switch it up real quick. Who's your NBA? Who's your basketball team? Let's take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the bus stop, hanging out. I'm Gemini, that's Static, in the Saturday morning. So we'll be right back, guys.
McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there, seen LA like, oh, okay, man, LA Knight hopped out the car, let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel.
Yes, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to Shady Sports Network on whatever social media channel you are on, whether it be Instagram, X, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. I guess X is Twitter. You can find us under Shady Sports Network or Shady Sports Net, whatever it may be. But please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe and that share button. So we got some people shout out the teams. Bradley is a Suns fan. I'm sorry. Amy's OKC. I'm sorry. Yes, he is. Oh, because Kobe said Purdy about to pop off. Purdy, man. Is he Tom Brady 2.0? I guess he got to win a championship first before he can even say that. So we'll see. I'm from San Francisco. Support San Francisco 49ers, but for some reason, he hates the Warriors. Nothing wrong with that, man.
It's fair.
Right?
You know, Golden State's always never really had a true identity. It's like, what side of the Golden Gate Bridge are they on, you know?
Right. And I mean, shoot, depending on what side you're on, the taxis will not come. Yo,
Facts.
I hadn't gotten into basketball a whole lot yet. I'm trying to as the season builds up. I did watch the Nuggets game last night, Nuggets Cavaliers. It was a heartbreaker because Nuggets led pretty much all game. Murray played, I think he had like almost 35 points. And they lost. No Joker for like a month. I don't think I'm gonna watch basketball for the next month.
And they did pretty decent in their first game coming out of Joker's retirement, his injury. Where they held it together. They, pulled it off. They pulled off the win. It was a very controversial last shot where the refs reviewed the cameras and the replay and determined that the ball was still in Brandon Ingram's fingertips and in his hand, technically, when the clock hit zeros. And he drained the last shot to potentially put into overtime, and they overturned the call with a Nuggets win. So they did come back out of his injury to win one, and then followed up with a loss last night. So, it's really got to tell us who the Nuggets are when Jokic is out for these next 3.5 weeks at this point.
Right, because we're still missing Gordon, still missing Brown. So not only will it tell us, I think it's good though, right? It's some much needed experience, and the Nuggets need to grow up really quick and gel really quick as far as the players go. They brought in all these players from different places, and they need to learn how to play together when the time's right. Because this is not the Nuggets team that won the championship, 3 years ago at all, right? The only, we got the Joker, we got Murray, we got Gordon, and the players look the same, but this ain't the same team at all, man. So I think this time, like you said, is a good time to see one, what we have, and two, just hold on, man, because all they got to do is hold on. And they hold on and just hang tight in that top 5, top 6 bracket. I think they'll be good once Joker comes back. He's come back like shortly after All-Star break. So
Yeah, and Jokic is a monster is the comment, and I don't know many people that would disagree with that. He is a beast. He's unmatched. He is the greatest basketball player active right now in the world. There's
right.
nobody putting up the same numbers that he can put up when he's on the floor. And it's just it comes down to the Nuggets' determination to how bad do we want to show the NBA who we are. What's our true identity with him out for these next 3.5 weeks? And I'm excited to see it. I'm all for it. I hate that the Nuggets are riddled with injury right now. We have 4 of our 5 starters out with injury. Valanciunas is out with a calf strain. It's just one of those things where it just keeps coming and coming. But this is what shows a league and a division and a conference what a team is about when they can get through something like this and have the adversity to push through this type of trials, really, honestly, and show the league what we're about. And then we get those players back, and we get them back at the best time for the final push.
Bro, ain't nobody doing those numbers in 2K. If you're getting 55 points, well, you know what? I'm about to create a big and see if I can create Joker-like plays. And what you talking to earlier about SGA, about the fouls compared to like someone like Curry, even.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anyone get like fouls at this rate that we've seen SGA get so far.
Yeah, there was a game just last night with the Thunder where, they go and look back at the replay and the commentators are in disbelief. Like, the NBA is struggling to find viewership and they don't know where to get it. And it's really with just holding these referees accountable. It's holding these referees to a higher standard of admitting that they're wrong and being more accountable for a wrong call. They need to go back and look at themselves as referees on calls and say, you know what? You're right. There was not enough contact for a foul there. We're going to overturn it. It's just that simple. And if that happens, if they do that and hold the referees accountable and they allow NHL style contact in terms of, the pushing and shoving and all that, I think, it would be something to watch. And, that's just where viewership is going, is they want to be able to see, 2 players, in a sense, duke it out respectably like they would in the NHL, and then be, still in personal fouls, maybe just create a new foul system for players that want to duke it out and hold these referees accountable. Let them play it out. Let them go back to street ball contact and have these referees be accountable. Have these referees be accountable.
Too much money for stuff like that. They they do need to have some sort of like better replay assist or something, because some of this stuff, and then it's like, man, if you're gonna call it one way, you gotta call it that same way the entire season. Like, you can't just pick and choose. And and like you said, they do need to have them accountable, I think, in a sense of maybe taking them off games and stuff, maybe taking away their time on the court if they're gonna make calls wrong or crazy calls or calls just out of nowhere to help, maybe their parlays or whatever it may be.
Yeah, and it just shows how strong those referee unions are, because they feel untouchable. They do what they want. They kind of are the bullies of the court. Those players are out there. They're putting their health on the line way more than a referee ever will. And these referees get away with essentially murder in terms of allowing calls to happen. When you look at, some of the fouls that Steph Curry has incurred that weren't called this season, it's disgusting to see, them be so lopsided and one-sided on their calls and who they favor. It's just a biasness that needs to be addressed and taken care of immediately if the NBA wants viewers and fans to come back in the volumes they used to, in the early 2000s.
That's why I don't watch the playoffs, man. I really don't care about the NBA into the playoffs, TBH, to be honest, just because, like, during the regular season, man, it's so hit or miss, and what, it depends on so many variables. What ref and crew are you getting? What lineup are you getting? Is this a game where they're resting their starters? What, type of player are they going to be doing? Are they trying, so it's so many variables in the regular season. It's like, man, I'll wait till the playoffs where everybody's playing for reals, and then I'll watch it wind down.
Right. Definitely 100%. Yeah, but I mean, it was a gross game. You were watching the Nuggets, and I was watching the Thunder Warriors game last night, and it was just two different games by far in terms of fouls called, how close it was, how competitive the nature was. Like, there was no competitive nature in this game. Like, the Warriors,
oh yeah,
they just gave up at one point because they're like, we're just not going to win this because the referees aren't going to let us win this. And it ended up being the Thunder 131 to Warriors 94, which nobody wants to watch that.
No, the Nuggets game went down to the wire. Like, it was last second. I don't think Cleveland took the lead until like the last 2 minutes of the game,
which is very typical last year fashion for the Nuggets, where they hold the lead the majority of the game and then give it up at the end. That's something we've seen regularly last season with them.
Yeah, and that's crazy because in their championship run, they were the team that could close it out. That was their superpower, right? Like, if it was close at the end, it's like, no, we got it. We'll see. So hopefully they can, learn from it. They're building off of it, get it turned around. But it's gonna, like you said, we're gonna see a lot over these next couple of weeks. I think even throughout the league too, as it starts to come into focus. I feel like around this time of the year, as you get closer to All-Star break, you start seeing, which teams you feel like are gonna make it out. I mean, you see the Spurs climbing up the ranks. They shot up the ranks once they got Wemby back, which I guess as it should be, right? But then you see the Rockets settling in as well too. Like, that top is starting to become crowded. At first, we're like, oh man, OKC's running away with it, and we're all just running to catch OKC, right? Like, it looks so different. I feel like even a month ago. Or a couple weeks ago, and then just looking at it now, it's like you look at the top of the division, it kind of looks how it looked to end last season, right? Like, it's the same teams. I think just the Spurs are the one team that's kind of the one team that wasn't in it last year that's up there at the top, and go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I do like that last comment where they should hold a public conference for the referees, where the referees have to speak in front of the media and answer to the media about the calls they did and didn't make. I agree with that 100%. It's going to put them front and center of the camera, where they're, they're going to look like a politician.
I thought it was charging. I feel like the defender had his feet set, even though he was 3 miles away from the point guard.
Yeah, I feel like that would put them a little more accountability for sure when they have to answer to the public and the media.
Well, they did have that segment where they were coming out with their missed calls, right? I don't even know if they do that anymore. That was the thing for a while. They come out Monday.
Yeah.
Like all the missed calls from the week before or something like that.
And then we have another comment. OKC can't handle Wemby. I mean, the standings show that 100%. I mean, you got the Thunder, who are 30-5 right now, and you got the Spurs, who are 25-9. They're only 4 games behind OKC. We were talking about, OKC potentially attacking this Warriors record. But now it's looking pretty dominant on the Spurs side, where the Spurs are really showing up. And, they're taking weird losses themselves, but that comment is very valid, where OKC's kryptonite right now is a 7'4" beast.
Yeah, a 7'4" alien, not from this world.
True.
Yeah, you still got the Knicks and the Pistons holding strong though in the East.
My NBA team is the Suns. It's not a bad one to be a part of. Definitely, the Suns have been a team for a long time that have been always relevant. You never see the Suns in a really down slump for multiple seasons.
Kobe coming clutch. Coming through clutch, only as Kobe does. Oh, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, it's just all over the place right now with both conferences, honestly. You know, in the Eastern Conference, the Knicks, they're looking good. Pistons are looking good. Celtics, I'm just not a Celtics fan, so I mean, they look okay. The Raptors are
Celtics?
coming up out of nowhere. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've just never been a Celtics fan, honestly. It's just something about them. Even with like the whole Larry Bird, like I mean, I felt like he should have played for a different team and he would have been a lot better. Even though he is one of the
Crazy.
greats.
What if they win a championship without Tatum?
It'll show everybody, you know, it wasn't him, which is a
Right. I
good
was
thing,
gonna say,
honestly.
what does that do to his legacy?
It puts him in a very humbling situation where I feel like if the Celtics were to move on from him, um, it would deplete his entire value, really, honestly. Where teams are coming at him with offers that he never thought he would see because he thought he was the reason they won the championship.
Dang.
He's not going to get super maxes and all this and that and multi-year contracts. He's going to get a 2-year contract for a set amount with a low guarantee.
I'd take him here in Denver.
I think he would be a good supplement for, you know, what we have going on. Because I mean, at some point in time, we do have to look to our future beyond Murray, beyond Jokic, and look at some of these younger stars that are going to continue the legacy that, you know, they've started here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they have to get back to growing. Let me see. Dang. Yeah. Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot on basketball, to be honest. Didn't catch too much on it. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about in the NBA? Yeah, who plays? Nuggets' next game is tomorrow. They play the Nets. $60 seats. Oh, it's in New York.
And I think really just last thing I have is that the Nuggets are kind of really where we want to be in terms of seeding and standings right now. I mean, we're right above the Lakers, which means like in a sense of, you know, playoffs started today, we'd be playing the Lakers. That's where we want to be. That's ideally where we want to be and who we want to play. With all healthy crew, you know, we could take it to the Lakers and move on to the next rounds like we did last year. The big goal for just the whole Western Conference right now is making sure that OKC doesn't get that number 1 seed again in the first round bye. If we could eliminate, even if the Spurs get it, that's fine with me. It's just not letting OKC take that rest because you've seen how fatigue kicked in with them once they were playing last year. It started to really hit them in the last 2 rounds that they only played in 3 rounds last season, and when it came to the finals, I mean, they were tanked and barely pulled out that championship.
Do you think Michael Porter's going to go off on the Nuggets tomorrow?
No.
He's averaging 26 points.
Yeah, no, I see that being like the Nuggets' number 1 focus is making sure he doesn't come into our house and do anything. And I think that's, you know, what sets the tone for the Nuggets going forward and puts them in a good mental space. Is our 4 of our 5 starters are out, and we still can hold our own and take it to somebody who wants to come in with a chip on their shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. James was going in about the MVP NFL stuff. Drake May did play. They had an easy schedule, but you can only play who you play.
I'll be disappointed if Drake May gets it. You know, Matthew Stafford has had a amazing season. I think it's undeniably Matthew Stafford. He played against tough competition this season and shined. He did great. He had a couple of down games. Drake may cruise through the season. I stand on what I say when I say that the Patriots were handed their record this year.
Yeah, who else cruised through the season? Bo Nix. Bo Nix for MVP.
Yeah, and we played competitive teams. We didn't play 4 teams that were 500.
Beat the Eagles.
And we beat the Cincinnati Bengals, who have been like the thorn in our side the past couple seasons. We've beaten, the Giants when, we were half the fans left the stadium and they were ticked off. They couldn't get let back in when the Broncos started making that comeback. Everyone counted us out. When they count us out is when we shine. The Patriots had easily the easiest schedule in the NFL, and they were handed their position, they were handed their record. And do I take it all away from them? No, but I stand by what we talked about last week, where if the Giants and the Patriots flopped schedules, I don't see the Patriots being where they're at right now.
Yeah. A Jags fan, good luck tomorrow, Titans. You got some decent pieces on both sides, just not enough this next draft and coaching hire is really going to decide your future. True.
Yeah. And with that, I don't have much faith. I mean, it starts with the very top. It starts with the ownership of the Titans. We don't have strong ownership with a backbone to really know knowledge of football to land who we need to land. I mean, if our owner was a true, I don't know what happened behind closed doors, but if our owner knew ball, they would have never given up on Vrabel as the head coach.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I can see. Kind of true.
Yeah. We have never looked better than we did when we had Vrabel calling the shots.
Seattle versus Broncos for the Super Bowl. Broncos ain't reaching the Super Bowl. I mean, anything could happen.
It's too early to tell, honestly. I mean, I don't like doing Super Bowl predictions this early. I like to,
Let's get to the
see the
playoffs
teams.
first.
Yeah, I like getting past the wild card round before I see these teams play the week after a wild card and be like, you know what, now I'm more confident in this team going there as opposed to this team or whatever the case may be. But overall, Broncos are going to the Super Bowl. What are we talking about?
Definitely.
We ain't talking about practice.
We ain't talking about practice. We're talking about Super Bowl. Yo, let's talk some music.
And I might need your assistance on this one because, I mean, it's the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the year, and there's not a whole lot in terms of what is being released. Like that's one thing that's kind of throwing me off is the fact that it's just a whole different ball game and a whole different league when it comes to music. If I was an artist and I was relevant and had a platform, I would be dropping stuff on January 1st at 12:01. In terms of albums sold in a year, in terms of album tracks dropped, there's so many stats in music that count on day one of the new year, where I would want to start it off heavy right off the bat. And it seems like a lot of these artists wait to drop. They wait to drop until, it seems like almost Easter at this point. They're like, no, we need prep for the summer. This is where we get everything. No, I would be ready and dropping January 1st, dropping, mid-year, and then dropping something right at the end of the year, and then rolling into January 1st again.
Oh, yeah. I don't see anything. I don't think anything dropped. Actually, anything big at least.
Yeah, really.
New releases that dropped this week.
Yeah, really all I have is concerts. I mean, we have some concert announcements. We have Bone Thugs and Harmony coming January 10th at Summit Unit Station, Summit Music Hall. I know Kevin Gates just dropped an announcement for his concert at Red Rocks. That's going to have Shoreline Mafia opening up for him. But yeah, no, that. There's no releases. It's one of those.
Nope. I listened to the little baby, the leaks. His album. It's
He
good.
finally dropped. He finally dropped it, huh?
Yeah, it was good. It was, I don't know. It's just a bit repetitive. So it looks like there's albums dropping next week, next couple weeks. The Baby has an album coming on the 16th. Don't Be Dumb, the ASAP Rocky album's coming on the 16th. So 16th there'll be a lot of albums dropping. Gorillaz are dropping an album.
Hey,
February. French Montana and Max B finally dropping that album. Yeah, so it looks like some stuff will be dropping in the next couple weeks. But yeah, nobody wants to drop on the New Year's. They'll be dropping everything on January 1st.
that's what I'm saying. You know, it's one of those things where you want to start day one, January 1st, start getting ahead of it. If you drop January 1st at 12:01, your odds of being number one are pretty high.
If you're good, you still gotta be good. You're gonna be dropping no bull crap. One Republic has some banger songs. I don't know
Yeah,
what I said like
and
that, but like that's how.
and one thing that I only recently found out, I think it was just a couple of days ago, is that One Republic started and formed in Colorado Springs. I didn't know that. They are a Colorado band.
Look, I know KD. Me and KD got some things in common though. Got high hopes on the world. We got I don't see anything new.
Yeah, well, and you and KD both made Drake cameo videos, so
Hey, I was in a Drake cameo video. I'm with it. I'll take it. You think KD's gonna take the Rockets far in the playoffs?
I mean, with the current standings, it's hard to say. I think he is going to make one last run at being somewhat like of the centerpiece to a team, but I think he's really on the downside of his career where he's start really heavily considering where he wants to end his career, when his career ends, how he wants it to look for his legacy. I think we're past the point of, him carrying a team to a championship or, him hoisting any kind of Larry Bryant's or anything like that.
What'd you think about the Snoop Dogg Christmas halftime show?
Oh yeah, no, that is a good chat for music for sure. I watched it. It was interesting to say the least, for sure. It was fun. I would say it was definitely fun. Was it out of the ordinary? Absolutely. Was it, out of character? Absolutely. But was it fun? It was. And, we're really starting to see Snoop just. It's been a thing for a long time, but it's really starting to show full front now that he's completely out of his, West Coast NWA Death Row Records era where, there's no claim to his thugness anymore or anything like that. He is a.
Well, he owns Death Row.
Hey, God, no, it's pretty funny and ironic, but I mean, he's a household name in a Martha Stewart way now,
Yeah, I was like, I wonder how long he had to debate before he put on that red coat. He had to think about it long and hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at the check a couple times, like, all right.
He's like, we ain't got the blue one? What happened to the blue one?
I think it's funny too how the chicks from that K-pop movie, even though they have like a real group name, it's always from the K-pop movie whenever they're announced.
Yep.
But that was a random eclectic halftime show.
Yeah, and I think it was better than the other ones that were done. I remember I watched I think it was Detroit's too as well, or was Snoop Dogg doing the Detroit game halftime? I can't remember.
I know Eminem produced the Detroit game halftime.
Yeah, I watched the game before the afternoon Christmas game, if not the morning one,
Was that
and
Dallas?
I think so. I can't remember who performed, but I remember watching and I was like, meh. And that's when they announced that Snoop Dogg was doing the later one. And I was like, oh, well, actually, that one might be kind of interesting. I'm going to see him all in a blue Santa suit.
Right, and then it turned out to be country.
Yeah.
Random.
But overall, it was a good Christmas. It was a good Christmas. It was good to see the Broncos in their all white fit.
Mm-hmm.
I really like those. I really like those white helmets, man. They need to make those a regular thing.
Yeah, those are clean, especially when it's the all white.
Yeah,
it looks really, really good. Well, you call it snow. They should call it snow caps.
yeah, and it was the first time they've done the all white with the white pants too. Usually, they typically wear those navy blue pants with the white jersey, white helmet.
Yep. Came out looking fresh to death.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think Seahawks took it on the rivalry jersey editions.
That gray one, that gray jersey they got.
The one that was like holographic. The numbers are holographic.
Who has the dark gray one?
And they had 12s all over it.
Oh no, I didn't see that one. Let me see.
Pull that one up, man. Yeah, the rivalry holographic jerseys. Those things, I think they wanted either them or I think it was the Cardinals. The Cardinals had a pretty sick one too that looked like just blood splatter. And for the one person in our comment section that said they're a Cardinals fan, how'd you feel about the rivalry jersey?
You got people's coming in. Let me see if I can pull the Cardinals one. You said the Cardinals one, was it red? Oh yeah, with the red helmet, right?
Amazing. The Cardinals, yeah, and then it was like blood splatter jersey.
Yeah,
it was like
that's amazing. It's kind of fire.
It was like a cream white jersey, but it had like red blood splatter all over it.
Dang, they're trying to make jerseys you could just wear out in public and stuff.
Yeah, but I think the Seahawks.
Nah, what about New England? That's what I was thinking of. Nah, I thought theirs was the best. That gray one with the gray helmets and the NE on the side. They're fire.
New England Patriots rivalry jersey. I'm refreshing my memory. Oh, okay. It's pretty. I like it. It's clean. It's basic.
The Buffaloes one is kind of sick. With the buffalo on the side.
Yeah.
Damn, I like Miami's colors. Well, you said New England one's basic. That's what makes it so fire, bro. Oh, dang. New York Jets one is kind of fire, too. Dang, actually, all of these are fire. See? Can't look at this. Too fire.
Yeah, the Seahawks one was just when you see it in real time in the game, it was just over the top, just on point with how different it looked.
Nice.
I like the Colts black ones that they wore last week. I don't think it was a rivalry edition; it was just their black setup. But I did like the Colts black uniforms they wore last week.
I like Atlanta's jerseys that they wore last week. Oh, yeah, with the black helmets. Oh, those are sick.
Yeah. It is a very uncommon Colts setup.
Yeah, I like the Lions black one.
Same.
They look pretty good in black. Well, shoot, man. The Lions, their jerseys are pretty good. Imagine being a Tennessee fan and getting beat by the New Orleans Saints. I mean,
it's one of those things that I live. I'm a diehard through and through, where I rep my team no matter what. You know, if you don't rep your team when they're down, you don't get to rep them when they're up.
Yeah, but you never pick them, no.
No, that's just because It's because I'm realistic, though. I'm realistic in our takes. I know that we're on a down season. We're on down kind of potentially decade in our era. Really, honestly, I think once we get into a new stadium, I think once we develop a better coaching staff, I think when Cam Ward has a couple seasons under him, I think there's a potential for change. But I mean, without all of those things falling into place, it's going to be a rough road for the Titans to come back to what they were before, and that all changed when ownership, does what they want to do. That's goes to show the vast difference in ownerships and how they do things. You got the Walton Penner group coming into Denver, and everything has shifted. You can tell the production in our games has gone up huge. You see a halftime show in Denver, and it is epic in comparison to when before.
That is true. That is true. Ownership does have a lot, especially on the NFL level.
Gotta have the money to spend. You gotta spend the money. You gotta make the money. You gotta invest. It's all investments. I mean, it's dumb to not invest in your NFL team if you're an owner because the values just go up every single year. I mean, Cowboys are what, like a $9 billion team now, and with how bad they are, when they were bought by Jerry Jones for $200 million originally.
Yep.
That's capital investment gain right there.
Yep. There's a lot of gain, and it's freaking phenomenal business moves. That's why NFL is king when it comes to sports.
Yeah, the Saints
NFL is king.
Yeah, the Saints absolutely got better too late in the season, honestly. The Saints are looking half decent, but I mean, they got a lot of work to do still. I think they have a lot of heavy potential, though. There's potential, and that's kind of the nice part about having seasons like this. Like they had, where you start off so rough that you have to make adjustments. You have to put Spencer, what was his name, Spencer Radler. You got to bench him and put in somebody else and try these different variations of lineups, and until you find the right one. And when you do, and you see something working, and you run with it, and it just continues to increase in performance, you run with that definitely. So I think the Saints are definitely on the road to finding something great.
They had a pretty easy schedule too to close out the season.
Absolutely. And so did the Patriots.
They did look better. Yeah, it did look a lot better though. Cool. So we got picks in, talk some NBA, try to talk some music. It's a shorter show today. That's fine. Start off the new year strong, ramp it up, get it going into the season.
Yep.
Anything else you want to touch on before we jump out of here?
No, just appreciate everybody that, spent 2025 with us 100%. We wouldn't be here every Saturday if it wasn't for every guys chiming in. We see it building, we see it growing, we see you guys' comments and you guys chiming in. We see all the likes and all the comments. And we just really appreciate everybody, honestly, for, riding it out with us and watching us grow in our own show. And we are excited for this new year. We got a lot of big things coming, a lot of things happening within all of Shady Sports Network. So if you haven't subscribed, you haven't shared, you haven't told your friends about us, please do so. Help us grow. Help us get on a platform that we really want to be on. We want to make sure that we're reaching the vast majority of the country. We're not, local. Our show is based in Colorado, but when you look at Shady Sports Network as a whole, we are all over the country, and we want to continue to grow that platform. We want to make sure that we're bringing the best and realist opinions possible. We're no professional analysts or anything like that. We just do our best to study, review, and come to you guys with our realist opinions that we have. But we truly appreciate all you guys. Love all of you guys for sticking it with us. And whenever you came in, whether these are day one or these are just chiming in for the first time, share, comment, subscribe, and, tell your friends, make sure that you're here with us. And we appreciate all of you.
We said it better. Yeah! Right? Little John agrees for sure.
Yeah, always.
Always agrees. Always agrees. Yes, thank you guys so much. And then you guys watching the replay too, like you said, please continue to hit that share button, continue to hit that subscribe button, that like button. We really do appreciate that. It helps so much. Yeah, thanks for rocking with us. We're here every Saturday morning, 9:30 Denver time on Shady Sports Network. We come in after around the indoor football world. Like I said earlier, those guys, TJ, Sam, and Krish, they bring some really good news about indoor football. So if you want something different or you know about arena football, check them out as well. But you can always catch us here at the bus stop Saturday mornings at 9:30 a.m. Denver time. Other than that, if nothing else, man, yeah, thank you guys for rocking with us, and I hope you guys enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your weekend, and yeah, we'll see you next week talking about the playoffs. Have a great one.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.